welcome to BTM Afrika. My name is NYDJ, and it's another beautiful edition. You know, the last time it was our very own strongman Nase. I told you we're going to have very beautiful people come onto the show. When I say beautiful, it doesn't mean women, as in beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful people, people who are super intelligent, who are achieving great successes in whatever they do. My guest today happens to be an actor. He's a trained architect as well, but then he decided to put that on the side and follow his passion, which is acting. Unfortunately, for a while now, he's turned a bugger. He's been to the US. He comes in once in a while to visit his people in Ghana. But today I have him on BTM Afrika. His name is Bernard Aduse Poku. He's a mister. Typically, people will call him a certain name which he doesn't want now, but for this particular interview, I think I'm allowed to use it. We call him Komu. So for those of you who perhaps do not really know who Komu is, this is a very short clip that I want you guys to watch, and when we are back, we zoom straight into the interview.
Hey, so.
Oh.
So where do you want Prame Bay?
I say, where do you sorry you? Oh, no, because I say, Tina, where do you so? And you ready?
Be my man on me sapa. Your friend Dieja, Bites Papa na me sapa. And Sabena uno me ma wanke. Geja Bites. When you get to Chadia, you know go to complain. Geja Bites. Only ya chuche be na ube okay. Geja Bites. Hey. And say be aba Geja. And say it Geja. And say be aba Geja. And say it, Geja. And say be aba, Geja. And say it, Geja. And say be aba, Geja.
Munyansen, and too many power when you do much. And says I pay for no. I was drinking sports beer,
Geja Pites.
Geja. All right, guys, so welcome back to BTM Afrika. Thanks to my sponsors, to Rich Condos right here at Ahojo, very close to Plus 2 Pub. If you need a short stay, whether you want a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, whether you want it for a long stay, you can get in touch with them. Again, to Bieja Betes, I'm sure whenever we talk about Betes, you are knowing that Bieja is actually taking over the country and serving you with the best. Thanks to Bieja Betes for actually coming on board and supporting us with this particular one. That's BTM Afrika. So my guest is Almighty Ben. Senior, Pachona Bokore.
Be cool.
They say there's soon to me in Ketchu because I'm Bruchena accident.
What a guy.
Oh, Zana Mete, that's what I heard.
You didn't even catch you. Hey, that would be an abomination.
That would be an abomination.
Sure, 17 in country. Hey,
Sana Mati, say
that much me chrome casa 17 in country.
Well, so they say they mean BBI brought phone to know.
Well, I mean, it's a bro for your international language. Yeah.
But to me country.
Oh,
into
1000%.
I like that. It says 1000%.
Yeah.
Ben, like I said, Dia Nipa Bebre, Eddie Nimo has to do with Komusu and all that. We will delve into your acting career and your passion for the arts and all that. Komusu, if you even buy. And the Dustin at them and I say
no. I am movie character, but and the Dustin on blown out of proportion. Like, or he took the name to radio, and then it just like blew.
But at a point, now I say Din, and I still cry Umpe.
No, not really.
Because it was just
no.
a character.
The thing is that you see, not that Mimpe. The thing is that I did not really want to be, because it's a character name, and that character, I did not want to be tagged as such
a character.
Because I was at that time where, like, my movie career was like peaking, so I didn't want to be like a typecast.
Yeah. Okay.
And because I realized that once in Ghana, like, if they tag you with a character name, then it sticks. Then everybody thinks that that's where you fit. I didn't want that. That's why, at a point, and plus, I was young, I didn't really know how, things work out when you are tagged and all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's all good.
So that was a character.
Yeah, it was a character in a movie called Asem, which was shot maybe 20 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was a little boy in that movie.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
You want to share with us the role you played?
Oh,
because such a name, dear Kumawood.
So the movie Asem, it's like, I think it's like maybe top 3 movies in Ghana of all times. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's a top movie. And I was a character in a movie called Komusuo. It was a movie about culture. It was basically about culture. It was a village where, the king had a princess, and, the princess had a boyfriend, and one thing led to the other. They ended up, and I was playing, I had the role with another guy called Asari Bediakon, was my partner in the movie. And I think our character, we were not like the main characters, but then we were like the supporting characters in the movie. Okay. And that movie.
But it tends to happen that at the end of the day, your name and your character actually blew up. Everybody.
Yeah. So what happened was that after the movie, Andy has been a friend. Like, he's been a big brother, like since. So after the movie, Andy, he saw like my passion I have in entertainment in general. And he tried to like rope me in on his show, like he tried to put me on radio. So when he put me on radio, that was back in Tech FM back then. So when he put me on radio, and Andy will call me Kwame any day. He will call me Kwame. So then I think maybe he thought that name was so powerful that it could catch on with people so easily. Yeah. And he started calling me by that name on radio, and then,
realized,
back in the day, we had like the biggest entertainment radio show in Ghana.
Yeah, Angel Entertainment show.
So, we started from Otek, but when it got to Angel, that was where it peaked. Yeah. So, and then since then, I mean,
the name got stuck with people's
mind. Because it was on radio for like a good 5 to 7 years. Wow. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So the real name is Bernard Aduse Poku.
Yeah,
that's a rich Ghanaian name.
Yeah, I have a very rich Ghanaian name.
Unfortunately,
because I'm a rich Ghanaian man.
I know.
So I need a rich Ghanaian name. I'm from a rich Ghanaian home.
I like how he breaks it down and then let us get it. But Obibeka said, okay, so for Bernard, I mean, how did the movie thing start? Because you, for instance, I know you graduated from KNEST, you did architecture. So how comes that we knew you most for the movie?
Oh, I think I did movies before I went to the university. Okay. Yeah, even though like after high school, I think I was home for about 3 years before I went back to the university. I would say it was an accident. It wasn't planned.
For the movies?
Yes, because I don't even think I did anything in like I went to Kumasi High School.
Abrante.
Yeah, I'm a pure Abrante. And I don't think I did anything really. The only thing I did that I remember was that the entertainment prefect at that time was a very good friend of mine. So the only thing I did at that time was being able to speak the 2x4 patois.
From high school.
Yes, that was the only thing major I did, and that the entertainment prefect at that time. I'm sure most people might remember this guy, Madfish.
Yeah, Madfish.
Yeah.
The musician.
Yes, he was like we were still not till now. He lives in Delaware, so
okay.
like you know we are cool. So yeah, that was the only thing major I did as far as
relating to entertainment.
Just that I was very very active when it came to like entertainment in general. I was active with my friends, like we talked about it, because I think everything started from my uncle. My uncle was a barber back then.
Okay.
And he had tons and tons of friends who were in America. And my grandma, who just passed,
so rest in peace, yeah.
And with the sisters, they also lived in America. And when we were young, I remember I was in Peter's Educational Center. I was in like maybe class 6. When we were receiving Source magazine, Vibe magazine, Ebony, Jet. We were getting, like, she had a subscription for us, so we were getting them like every month. And you know, they used to release it like maybe 2 weeks to the month.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're in like maybe December, and then in November we have a copy. So people were like, hey, these guys, you know, me and my cousin, CJ, you know, so like my interest in entertainment actually peaked from there. And then my uncle too, he was crazy about music. He was so crazy about music. He would listen to every type of music, you know, but his favorite, which happens to be my favorite genre of music, was like Love is Rock, like Root Rock is all Love is Rock, and Love is Rock in general, right? So I was reading, and then I think because my interest was in, I would read every Source magazine that will be sent to us. Or
that was
Vibe
more
magazine.
hip hop.
Yeah, and then there was another one called Word Up. The Word Up, Jet, they came first before Source and
magazine,
then Vibe came in. I was reading them. Ebony. I was in class 6 by then.
Wow.
We were reading it, like, so I knew a lot of American musicians. So even till this day, my taste for music, like, I'm not gonna like lie or anything, but my taste for music, I have like a really good soft spot for American music.
Because obviously you grew with it, so it makes it easier.
Yeah. So, I mean, my uncle was playing it, he was playing it, we were watching music videos, and I lived in a community where I posted something on Facebook, and it's funny, that is coming to mind about the year of return.
Okay.
Where I posted that, you know, people were making, you know, there's always competition between Kumasi and Accra.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people were making a meal out of this whole year of return thing. Like, things are happening in Accra, and things are happening in Kumasi, blah, blah. So I'm like, listen, yo, we've been living in Kumasi all our lives. We know about year of return more than any of you.
Uncles and everybody's coming back all the time.
They come back and go all the time, so we know about it. So you just bargain, you tripping. So back then, you know, we would sneak. We live in a community where there are video centers where they've been showing American movies. But before they show the movies, right, they'll be showing like fresh videos. Music videos. So like we were really into it. There was a joint called Shipum, and then another one called Super Service. Anybody that lived in Ashtown in the 90s know about those two places. We would go there and watch music videos. And then those of us who were fortunate to have like family members abroad, they will also record. You know, back in the day, they would just slot in the cassette and record a whole show and send it back. So we were watching it, like, you know. So like our interest
peaked from
from there.
Now with the movies, how did you get into it? You said it was an accident.
It was an accident. So like after secondary school, after Kumasi High School, I had a very good friend of mine. We were not really close, but we were cool because we were in high school.
Okay.
And he's from Ashtown. His family is from Ashtown. I am.
That's like you guys are in the same hood.
Yeah, but he doesn't live there.
Okay.
So Kwabna, he was from a rich home, because even when we were in school, he was going to, you know,
US
London
and coming back.
You know, coming back. So he, like, had gone into it after school. He had done something. I think it was a movie, is it Asimo or The Vista or Time? I'm not sure which movie was it. We were talking, and then he was like, oh, and I was like, oh, Kwabna, I heard you did a movie, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah. I'm even going there where they shoot the movies today. Because there are some Nigerian, and at that time, Nigerian movie was like up there.
Top, yeah.
It was like everything. So I was like, oh my God, I really have to, that's what I told myself. So I told him, can I tag along? He said, yeah, sure, why not? When I got there, I saw, like, the first person I saw was Tony Omez.
From Nigeria?
Yeah, and then there was another lady, this light-skinned woman, Hilda Dokubo. I saw them, it was somewhere around stadium, so Sobolo, there was a, the hotel was called.
I like the way he says Sobolo.
Sobolo. Yeah, there was a hotel called Adriana Hotel. Oh my, that was where everything started. So when we got there, they were Nigerian. May his soul rest in peace. Like the guy who actually gave me my first shot, Ifeanyi Onyabo. He passed
not too long ago.
Yeah. So, it was there that, I saw everybody, I saw a ton of people, bunch of people sitting around. So my first shot was, we had followed them to finish that movie. And back in the days, they would do 2 movies like on a go. They would do this one, finish, and then jump to the other one. So we had followed them with Remember Your Mother. That's the first movie that, we thought we were going to get the chance to do something. Because my friend had told me, just stay around, you get something to do. Yeah. But, we didn't get anything. And unfortunately for us, right after they finished, said, oh, we were about to shoot
another one.
Jewels 2.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, fine. So we were sticking around. One time I was there, and then I heard somebody with a very deep voice, you, come here. So I was turning to see if there was somebody
was
behind
you or
me.
someone else.
And then they were like, yeah, he's calling you. He's the director. I said, okay. So I went there, and then he was like, can you be a policeman? I said, I was going to say no, and then my eye catches my friend's eye. He's like, yeah, just say yes. And I said, yes. And he did not audition me. He said, I'm tall. And then I'm tall and skinny.
That was a perfect fit.
Yeah, that's how African
policeman.
Like, that's how they look like. So I'm like, okay, fine. So he gave me the shot, and that was it. And then afterwards, it's been like,
You've worked with almost everybody. I mean, from Nanama Mark Brown to whoever it is. You've played roles with them. These are all friends and all that. Fast forward, like, the movie industry has not been what everybody thought it would be, like it will grow to be. Unfortunately, it seems to have taken a nosedive. Is that the reason why he left Ghana?
Oh, no. I mean, we are growing. The thing is that we got involved in this at a very, very young age. We didn't know anything. We were just, passionate about it. We were just doing it because we just wanted to be famous. We just wanted to have fun with it. So we were just doing it. It's unfortunate that we find in ourselves in this part of the world where structures are not in place to guide young people as to whatever they are doing. Structures are not in place to guide them to get to that destination where they will be well equipped, they will be well educated about whatever they are doing, and then they will be very successful. We don't have that here. So I felt like because we don't have a system like that, like everybody, it's like the sheep and the shepherd. They would just leave the sheep, just go and then find something
for yourself
to eat. And then when it's done, we just come and collect you. So that's what happened. So because there were not proper structures, and then things were not done the way they are supposed to, it got to a point, it grinded to a halt. Right? So, I mean, you can't really pinpoint anybody to blame, because it's something which everybody has contributed to one way or the other. I'm talking about the nosedive. Everybody, the players, the industry players, the non-industry play, everybody, the government, everybody. Because look, how many years was the film bill in Parliament? It was in Parliament for so long.
People have died and gone.
Yeah, but they just passed it, you know, and people have taken advantage of our industry. They've taken advantage of the system, and they've done a whole bunch of, you know, excuse my French, shitty stuff. But once we are alive and once we have the strength, we have the capacity to change everything, you know, to make it like tailored fit for how we want to see
the
things.
Industry to be.
Like, you know, we have the capacity to make it the standard that is acceptable to all. So I feel that, you know, because first and foremost, because the structures were not there, and secondly, because once the structures are not there, you are not making any money. People wouldn't put in money if they don't get
know
any
how
returns,
they are going to get the returns,
you know.
and all that.
And then we had, like, we had been in the industry for a very long time, and then we've grown, and we know what we want in life. And in life, sometimes you don't choose where you end up, you know. Life, the wind of life will just blow you, and fortunately or unfortunately for me, it blew me across the
Atlantic Ocean.
The Atlantic Ocean. It blew me to the other side of it. And so it wasn't like maybe the industry was dying out and then I just left. And plus, when I left, it's been over 7 years. It's been 7 years now. But every year I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not coming because I'm rich or I've made money or I don't know what to do with my money. I'm coming because I know it's an investment. You know, like I believe 1,000% that things will change and will change for the better.
So whenever you are coming home, the idea is also to come help the industry and make sure that it gets better.
I mean, the little that I know, you know, I'm somebody who, like, me faith in him, right? So, and I believe that it doesn't take like a whole seminar or a forum to educate people. It could be one. I believe in one-on-one thing.
Engagements
like you
and all
could
that.
talk to somebody and then let them know about your idea and let them know what is going on. Else they might know or they might not know.
Yeah.
But then once you're able to engage the person and have a conversation with him, or probably you might pick one or two from what you're saying, and you know they could use it. So you know, and you know, I mean, let's face it. Where we find ourselves in the industry, you know, it was like, you know, quote unquote perceived as like, you know, the not so literate side of the industry.
Yeah.
You know,
there was a tag, Kumawood.
I just want to choose my words carefully.
I know you never want to hear the word Kumawood.
Never. I never, like, you know, I was.
You were
funny
tagged
enough,
the
I
Kumawood
was.
actor.
Funny enough, I would say I was the main. Like, I came up with the name.
Okay.
Yes, because if Sam Dakus was to be here, he is actually the brain behind that thing. They had an idea, and I remember I fear Schwarzenegger, Sam Dakus, myself, and I think Mr. Chumesi. And at that time, I was very vibrant on radio, and they realized that radio could help push the thing.
The idea, yeah.
Right. So because even though the word itself, I think Sam Dakus came up with it, but then they didn't know, like they didn't have any idea how to even like
position it
or like present it to people. Like if you say Kumawood, what is it? Right? So I gave them the idea, and I don't even think they were able to like hammer on that particular idea, because you might take it on the face value that, oh, somebody somewhere just came up, because Kumawood, if there's Hollywood, there's Nollywood, and there's Kumawood, so it's like Hollywood and Kumasi. But that's not it. People have no idea that the word wood is very synonymous with Kumasi. I'm sure probably you did a history, you know about the Kumduya and all that.
Yeah.
So the word wood, it's just that it was coincidental. But then I told them that, listen, when you are out there and you're explaining to people, try and link it to
that historical fact.
Yeah, so people would know that, oh,
it's not just a representation of like Nollywood,
sure,
Hollywood.
but then it's something that is well thought of.
Then it means, unfortunately, they couldn't communicate well.
No, they could not.
So
They
that's
could
the
not.
reason we have this challenge with people addressing movies from here or people from here,
Yeah.
Kumawood, in a different light.
Yeah, yeah. And then, it has a very negative connotation.
Yeah.
It's like mediocre. Like when you, and then, I wouldn't blame us. Like I'll blame people from within the industry, especially people who are not based in Kumasi. It got to a point, it was very frustrating. People felt like, if you are from Kumasi, it's like you are so, like,
Some
like
substandard person, you
very mediocre. And, some of us, we fought. I remember when we started, and PMP, back then, PMP, it is God that paid them. That's why they couldn't survive. Because if you thrive on trying to, kill somebody's vibe or trying to knock somebody's hustle, that's what happens to you. They came up with a whole bunch of stories, What the heck is this? It was terrible.
it was like they were on a mission to destroy.
Yeah, destroyed. Like they didn't want that to happen. And we knew that people were behind it, But then, we all saw what happened when we took, when we peaked, we all saw what happened.
Of course, at a point in Ghana, movies were just about movies produced from here. Everybody was talking about movies.
And that is the problem is, the problem started from that time. I don't know whether you remember this. I remember, I think we were on, was it on Love FM or one of those radio stations? And then they called KSM. At that time, Kumawood was like up there. It was on its peak. And they were interviewing him and they were talking about, the Kumawood industry, they are not producing quality movies. I'm like, I posed a question to him. I said, listen, I know you have a degree in filmmaking. You are so well versed in it. But what are you doing with it? You are sitting in an office and every year you come up with a stand-up show. And you turn around to come and tell people who have learnt the job on the job that they are not producing quality movies. So who do you expect to produce quality movies when all of you are sitting in offices, taking up positions in government? Who do you want to and make the industry a better place for the up and coming ones? He couldn't answer. And that is what killed the industry. Once they decided that, Kumasi for, excuse my French, in Krasi for, tomato movies, whatever. And they were sitting there,
And not making any effort at changing that.
Yes. That is what happened, because I always say this. You feel too big. So you feel too big to get down there and make a change. Don't sit somewhere and criticize. That is why at a point I had beef with most people in the industry, because I felt that, excuse my French, it was stupid for people who wouldn't do anything to criticize. If you are not on that field, you can be pardoned and you have every right to criticize. But if somebody who's been to school to study about filmmaking and
Not
you are
making
sitting
any
there, you're not
effort by just criticizing.
listen, people, people are not stupid, especially people from down here in Kumasi. Once they realize that, listen, our industry has peaked and it will definitely come to, it will grind to a halt. So why don't we involve these people who are quote unquote experts, so that if there's a way they could change the industry, they will, be able to change it. I don't know whether it was a fear. Sometimes you sit down and realize that maybe they were not bold. They thought they were also going to fail because the industry is about to crash. So they were not bold to take steps. It was just a handful of people, and even those people who did it, the likes of Kenny McCauley's and what have you, those guys who mastered courage and came to Kumasi and used Kumasi people to do movies, their colleagues were laughing at them. They were laughing at them because they have come to Kumasi to start a project like this.
It got to a point, some of these people who felt big in Accra and all that were saying they want to act in movies from Kumasi.
Yeah,
was it because they weren't getting any movies?
They were not getting anything to do. They could not take the heat. And at that time, it was too late. Because the industry was just crashing. Because in Accra, how many producers were producing movies in Accra?
Apart from Abdul Salam,
Abdul
who apparently
Salam would
even
do
stayed back.
maybe 2 movies in a whole year. How can you survive on 2 movies in a year? You know? And then came Shirley Frimpong Manson.
Yeah.
Right? But all these people, I said, all of these people, top-notch people, very, very knowledgeable people, what did they do? Because what they failed to realize was that Kumasi had sustained the industry for all that while.
Yeah.
So if they were smart, they would have come on board,
To help
organized
build it.
seminars, forums, and then, help build it. As
I
you
think
say.
for most of them, the whole idea was that I'm doing my own.
That's the thing, and any, because, if you live in a neighborhood where everybody is rich and there are a couple of very, very poor people, that's a huge problem.
That's true. I love how passionate you are about this movie industry and the fact that you still have a strong will and want to come home almost every year
Sure.
to come help support. So you're still watching BTM Africa. My guest is Bernard Aduse Poku. He's a mister, he's a married man, has beautiful kids. And one of the pictures of his kid, I mean his first baby, went viral, like a superstar
No,
baby.
not my second baby, actually.
That's
My
your second baby.
son,
Okay.
yeah.
The pictures went viral. I mean,
Yeah.
from actors, actresses all over the world were sharing on Instagram. Was it deliberate?
So, I had no idea. So this is what happened. When I had my son, I told just a handful of people. I told you.
Yeah, I remember.
I told just people that are close to me, people I know, that, I had a son, blah, 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 So, I mean, for a year, nobody had seen any picture. I didn't post anything of him. Just as my daughter. I never posted anything. Even that time, social media wasn't that vibrant.
Yeah.
So, we came to Ghana for holidays because I felt like, my son, this is my first son. I have to make sure that, I get him the Ghana picture.
The kente kind of thing.
Yeah, and it would be nice if I do. And then, twins don't beg. They happen to be my boys,
Yeah, I know them from tech and all.
Yeah, they're very humble guys, very nice guys. So when I got to Ghana, we were in Accra, and I'm like, okay, before we go to Kumasi, let me just hit them up if they could come and then take a picture of my son. So they came. They came, right? My son was a bit stubborn. He wouldn't stand. So they couldn't take any picture. So one week they put the cloth on him, and they put him that just one shot. Boom.
Wow.
One shot. And then he showed it to me. I'm like, wow. So afterwards, he took a couple of it. So that was like maybe their first or second shot that they took. So I come to Kumasi. Then the next morning, my phone, oh my God. Everybody's calling my phone. I'm like, what's going on? Then I checked on my WhatsApp. So he sent me a text. And then it's like, I posted the pictures and people are crazy over it. So my wife was like, well, I mean, just leave it alone because there's nothing you can do. So even if you watch, I didn't even post it.
Yeah, I realized that.
So I thought, it was going to be on for a while, and that, the whole people till now have it on their phones, have their screens. It was all over.
Which of the people actually shared it on their platforms that make you go like, wow? Because I know a lot of female celebrities. People are like, I want to have a baby like this.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
Ghanaians, I always say this, we are hypocrites.
How?
When Twins Don't Beg, when he posted it, and then in the morning he sent me the link and everything that he posted it on his. He follows me, I follow him, so I follow them. They have 2 separate accounts. So I went to check it out, and I went through the comments. I didn't see any Ghanaian celebrity
or anything
making any comment. It was when the Nigerian bloggers picked it up. That was when you go to the bloggers, the Nigerian bloggers, you go to their pages and you see Ghanaian celebrities,
Leaving comments on
leaving
them.
comments, leaving all sort of emojis, and I'm like, well, that's a typical Ghanaian for you, right? So it was actually the Nigerians, and there were so many that I don't even recollect.
I know.
There were so many blogs, and then once the Nigerians like
Picked
they
it
made
up.
a big deal out of it,
Ghanaians started.
also big. But what really made the whole thing was that he said there's a Nigerian actor that my son
Resembles.
looks like.
Yeah.
So he also, I think people were tagging him in
Yeah.
all the posts, and then he also posted it. And at a point they were saying, "Oh, that's the
That's
father."
his- yeah.
I'll be sitting
Obi
there,
awone bana
and
to
they
the
would be
BT fans.
laughing. Yeah. I say, oh, okay. So like me, I felt like and then this lady also commented on one of the posts. What's her name? Rita Dominic.
Yeah.
In a week, and like almost the whole of Africa, everybody had seen the picture. So we were advised that I make my son go back because yeah, we were advised that the kid shouldn't
Be in Ghana.
be in
He
Ghana
takes the
still.
kid back.
So they spent only 10 days and then they had to go back. Fast forward, but my son, he is grown now. He's a big boy
grown
now.
man.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he's
sure you once see it and say,
Oh yeah,
Daddy, that's me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I show it to him sometimes, Yeah, I show it
Amazing.
to him
Amazing.
sometimes,
Guys,
yeah.
you're still watching BTM Africa. Thanks to BTM Afrika for actually coming on board and supporting us. But sure, say, oh, yeah, party, say, oh, yeah, funeral, whatever it is you are doing. If you want to grab something for the family, for everybody, then you are looking at BTM Afrika. Again, if you are coming to Kumasi, you need a new place, you need a good place to actually relax, maybe I'm outdoors. So I mean, musicians, actors, movie. You need a good place for them. They have apartments. That's Rich Condos. Check them out on Instagram. That is Rich Condos Ghana. Check them out and then get in touch with them. Maybe I hear 1-room apartment, 2-room apartment, 3, whichever it is. They are here to support you as well. And a big shout out to Nana B Photography as well, working on this, and to Bellucci Graphics. They are behind the cameras and making sure say things work. Unfortunately, I keep saying whatever it is we enjoy here, they can't enjoy some because it's just for us. It's just for us. So we are wrapping up. You say you have a great faith and you have a belief that the movie industry will work again.
Oh, sure.
Are you ready for it? I mean, it will take a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah. I mean, we've always sacrificed, because if you look at the number of years we spent, for me personally, like all my adult life was on movies. I had all my adult, so from like maybe age 17 till my 30s, I was, involved in the industry. So like I have all my adult life around it. So if like it crashes completely, I mean, it will affect me emotionally and psychologically. I know a lot of people that the nosedive the industry has taken has affected emotionally a lot. Think about it this way. You do something over and over and over, and then one day you go and it's not there.
Yeah.
Definitely it's going to affect you. And we've spoken to the government, the previous government, the new one. We are in constant touch with them. They've given us assurance, from the look of things you can tell that they have, they have something in store for us. And we hope that now that the film bill has been passed, we hope that proper structures are put in place to make sure when it takes off, we talking about being like sustainability. We are not just talking about,
let's take off and the next time it's banking.
It takes off and we'll be able to sustain it for years, because if we're able to do that, trust me, the industry provides lots and lots of jobs for
so many people.
So many people on so many levels. People are not even directly involved in the industry. Benefit. So, and if you look at the people's enthusiasm and passion and everything, you can tell that indeed people are ready to sacrifice, as we've always done. We were in the industry for over 20 years. We didn't have, like, we never got anything.
I was about to ask you, did you really make anything out of acting?
Well,
movies? Maybe apart from the popularity.
Well, I mean, you know, in this part of our world, when you gain the fame will take you places and you probably could make something. But something physical, no, we really did not, you know. We did not, because we were not making a lot of money from the industry. We were not making much. We were making what, you know, we'll be able to, like, you are in the industry for over 10 years and you can't even afford a 3-bedroom house. You know, it was sad, but we knew that we were just passionate about it and we wanted to do it, and we did it. So now that things are not really good, we are used to it. We will sacrifice, because whatever we are doing, we believe that the young ones coming, they wouldn't have to suffer like we did.
Somebody say, are you are in America, and you say, we will suffer for it, we will sacrifice for it. Because will be dinner.
And that's what I'm saying. You people will not understand. People will not understand. I didn't just get up to say that, oh, I want to be in the industry. I grew up in the industry. I was a teenager when I went in. I've been in for over 20 years. And it's not like something, you know, people will not understand you when you are like emotionally affected.
Yeah.
You know, for maybe close to like 10 years consistently, almost every month, you are with a bunch of people who are so lively, who are so nice, like everything is super cool, super crazy. Like, we are going out somewhere in the bushes, we are somewhere in Techiman, somewhere in Mole, Damango, like we are all over Ghana. It was like what you call it? It was like an adventure. We were having like an adventure every month. You do this consistently for 10 years.
And all of a sudden
it doesn't happen. You think it's, listen, I always pray that God continues to strengthen us, so we'll be able to go through this. People would not even understand you.
Some of your people are trying to deal with that by becoming Instagram models.
Yeah, because you see, you sit down and all you be left with is be thinking about, like, having memories of what happened, and you'll be so depressed, you'll be so emotionally affected by it, and it could kill you.
So they find new ways of actually getting themselves busy.
It's good. You can, as I said, you cannot be doing something over and over and over, and then one day, boom, it's not happening for you.
Okay.
You know. So I mean, once there's life,
of course, there's hope.
There's hope
that everything will get better.
Sure.
My guest has been Bernard Aduse Poku, and I'm sure when we started this interview, you watched that short video of him asking for more, and apparently knowing he was speaking to the mother-in-law. I'm sure you see that video go viral.
Oh man, like, we did that movie, like, it's over 10 years. That movie is over 10 years. The movie is called Babyface.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime you see that particular short skit, how do you feel?
The funny thing
makes
is
you smile.
Oh man, the very first time I touched America, and once I got there, that I realized that I had tons and tons of like WhatsApp video, like messages, and then I checked, it was that video. People were just sending it to me. Hey, you know. People were sending it to me, and it was like, I watch it and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
We've done some. Yeah, we've done some. But I mean, look at the passion I had at that time.
Yeah, I know. And it's still quite clear in your eyes. I mean, you still have that passion.
Even though we didn't really make jack, but we were just passionate. We wanted to do it, and we did it.
And I think with passion, we can do so much more. I mean, whatever it is you are doing, whatever it is you are about, be passionate about it. Keep going, and definitely you get there. I mean, you don't need to relent. Challenges will come your way, but all you have to do is make sure that you stick to it. So far as you have a vision, know why you started, and keep going. My name is NYDJ. It's been BTM Africa. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get to know what's coming up next on this particular show. Once again, thanks to my sponsors, to Bija Bitters, to Rage Condos, to Bell, that is Bellucci Graphics. We have Nana B Photos as well for coming on board and helping this one. Ben, before we go, I'm sure you want to tell your people something. People are watching all over the world. Now you're an Americano. you want to say something to, all the fans. People are watching and waiting to have you back in the industry.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to take long. And as I said, I'm 1,000% sure things are going to change and we will bounce back. Fortunately, I'm starting the year on a very good note. Okay. Next week, there's a movie project that they are trying to involve me. So
great.
Hopefully, things work out and then we get to work. And I know that most people really, we are emotionally affected. They're also emotionally affected because they don't get to see the people they love so much, like week in, week out. We are hoping and praying that the government will do as they promise, and we also do our bit to make sure that things are put on their rightful places. So people should just watch out. Very soon, people will be on the ground and they will be working. And we hope that they also will come on board because, it's a collective thing.
Yeah.
We cannot do it on our own. We need everybody on board. We need, since we deal with spaces and props and what have you, we need everybody on board. Just as you used to support us, we know that when we knock on your door, you open your houses, you open your restaurant, what have you, and receive us with, smile on your faces. So we are not, we are not going to sit down. We will also work hard. We know it's going to take a lot of sacrifices, but we are ready to, make sure things get back to normal, and then you get to enjoy what you've been enjoying all this while.
That's it. So they're going to put in the work and make sure things get back to where it's supposed to be so we all enjoy. Because now you can't really sit back and say, I'm enjoying a Ghanaian movie because you are not finding them. But when it's back, obviously, we bring all that love we share among our families and all our friends when we used to discuss movies and all that. It's a big umbrella. Radio stations get to benefit from commercials. People are running commercials on TV and all that. Everybody benefits. So let's help keep the movie industry alive, and I'm sure that we will all continue to benefit. Once again, my name is NYDJ. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you soon on the same channel. It's BTM Africa. My name is NYDJ.